He came from Paris with Rick.
Rick? Who's he?
Mademoiselle, you're in Rick's. And Rick is,
Is what?
Well, Mademoiselle, he's the kind of man that... Well, if I were a woman and I were not around, I should be in love with Rick. But what a fool I am talking to a beautiful woman about another man.
Welcome to New Hampshire Death Roads. I'm Eddie Spaghetti here at the Calvary Cemetery in Manchester, New Hampshire. Today we'll be visiting the graves of two celebrities buried here in the state of New Hampshire. The first one is here at Calvary. So as you can see, it's a pretty big fucking cemetery, and it's going to be really hard to find this guy. The guy is, what's his name? Richard J. McDonald, one of the co-founding brothers of the McDonald's franchise that we all know and love so well. To learn more about it, watch the movie The Founder, starring Michael Keaton as Ray Kroc, the money-grubbing douchebag who stole the idea from them pretty much and bought him out.
Franchise the damn thing, Mr. Kroc. Franchise.
Anyway, the movie doesn't make him out to be such a nice guy, but that's what really happened, I guess. And we're here to find the grave of one of the brothers who was buried here because this is where they originally started, and they weren't successful here, so they moved their business to the West Coast where they found more success and were eventually bought out by money-grubbing Ray Kroc. So my challenge right now is to eat 3 Big Macs because I normally couldn't do that, and I probably won't now, but I'm going to give it a shot anyway. And then we're going to go look for the grave if we can find it. Again, it's a huge-ass cemetery. We didn't realize it was going to be this big. But yeah, the other cemetery we'll be visiting is a lot smaller right here. So let's get to it. Well, we found it. It wasn't even in the actual cemetery. It was across the street in the mausoleum. As you can see, it's a fancy mausoleum, too. There he is.
His wife's there too.
It's easy to spot that giant M right there.
Yeah,
That kind of helped.
that's helpful.
Yeah. Thank you, Ronald McDonald, creator. Well, he didn't create Ronald McDonald.
I salute you, sir.
We salute you. Your remains. Again, if you want to learn more, watch the movie The Founder, starring Michael Keaton.
Mr. Kroc. Franchise.
See, these people got a spot right above him.
How lucky. Did they know that?
Like, ooh, we're gonna buy. I mean, they must.
Oh, neat. Those 3 Big Macs are really starting to settle in nice right now. Thank you, Mr. McDonald. Just one more thing, sir. And so we say goodbye to the Peter Falk Memorial and drive. We drove for, well, a good hour looking for this next cemetery, much smaller and more peaceful one. And we went through a few small towns, mostly highway. Here's the lakeside town we went by. People everywhere. Corona out and people everywhere. And yeah, we drove through this, saw some ducks, and then we eventually arrived at this beautiful little cemetery. And here it is. Welcome back to New Hampshire Death Roads. If you travel about an hour north of Manchester, you will find what borough?
Moultonsboro.
Moultonsboro, New Hampshire. And a small cemetery, far smaller than the one we just visited. This one's called Red Hill Cemetery, and it is the final resting place of legendary English actor Claude Rains and his wife. See, Claude Rains came to Hollywood, became an actor, retired, moved to New Hampshire, and when he died, he was buried here. It's fascinating, isn't it? And there he is, the final resting place of Claude Rains. The guy did a lot of movies in his day. He played Prince John in The Adventures of Robin Hood. He was in Casablanca. You know, the infamous scene where he says, "Louis, this looks like the beginning of a beautiful friendship." He was Louis. I mostly remember him from the Pied Piper of Hamelin, dancing his ass off on a table.
Results are in doubt. Wait till you're certain how it all turned out. Prestige is the ass that you're pleased to reprieve.
He's done many other things. Lawrence of Arabia, Alfred Hitchcock Presents. I wrote a few down just in case I forgot. Claude Rains isn't a Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, yeah.
Well, The Wolfman, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, the greatest story ever told, The Seahawk. And one I watched today called The Evil Mind, also known as The Clairvoyant. Yep, he was in a ton of classic shit, alright. And notice it's not the burial site of Chevy Chase. That was Memoirs of the Invisible Man. But yeah, here it is. Yeah, Claude Rains was my grandfather, okay? Just deal with it. When it Claude rains, it pours. He died in 1967. So his wife died in 1964. Well, he was a bit older than her, wasn't he?
Yeah, geez, I'd say. She died a little bit younger, didn't she?
Yeah.
She wasn't that old.
And that's it.
The beloved
It was worth
wife,
the hour
Claude
trip.
Rains.
They're there. But yes, this is a very nice cemetery. What another awesome view. Not as awesome as Charles Bronson's
Charles
view.
Bronson has the best.
If you want to visit Vermont somewhere, which we did.
We did.
And visited his grave. He got a chair and everything. As you can see, Charles Bronson has quite the view, even in death. Just look over all the other dead people who weren't famous movie stars. It's weird to think what's remaining of him is right there right now.
Bulletproof asshole. Just like yours. Stay just like that. You can't have both of us. Let me.
There's Paul Kersey, everybody. Underneath that.
You could have a seat.
Yeah, and just sit there and hang out with his tombstone. And know that somewhere under that dirt lies Charles Bronson, just like...
People, do I know that they're next to celebrity?
Yeah, I mean, he's got neighbors right over there. Mowing their lawn, unaware the actor who played the Invisible Man is buried right there. But that's it. That's the two biggest celebrities buried in New Hampshire that I could find anyway, that I've heard of. I'm sure others are, but... Here in New Hampshire Death Roads, if we ever find another one, we'll track that one down too. This has been New Hampshire Death Roads. My only recommendation, never eat 3 Big Macs. I can still feel that even an hour and a half later. I'm gonna take a big shit.